Folks, this is the Black Wolf Turbo Lite Plus 240 tent set up behind me here. It's an awesome 2-room quick pitch tent, and I'm going to show you how to set it up and pack it away today. Let's get started. Hit it. Hey folks, Ben from Sowies here today at the Brownhill Creek Tourist Park in Adelaide's eastern suburbs. It is a fantastic and quiet little spot to pull up if you're travelling through Adelaide and you're looking somewhere to park your van or put up a tent. We've got some space here today to set up some of our products, and in front of me here I've got the Black Wolf Turbo Plus Lite 240. I'm also going to be talking about the Black Wolf Turbo Plus 240, which is the canvas version. I don't have that here today, but I will explain the differences. Now these are a great 2-room tent. It's got a sleeping quarter at the back and a room at the front. It's still quick setup with only one extra pole for that room at the back. And they're a great tent for small families touring or just for general camping. Let's look at the pack dimensions. Now this is the light version of the tent here. This measures about 121 centimeters long by 28 centimeters high and about 32 wide. The canvas version is a little bit bulkier because the fabric is bulky. It's about 125 wide by about 35 high and about 40 wide this way. And weight-wise, looking about 24 kilos for this guy here, and the canvas, the heavy-duty version, is about 35 kilos. I'm going to show you how to set it up and pack it away today. I'll start by showing you what comes in your bag. So inside the bag for your Turbo 240 Plus tent, you get the main portion of the tent in front of me here, which is the inner and the frame together. You get the fly sheet. These are the poles that are going to form the three-pole awning at the front of the tent. There's two shorter uprights, a longer upright, and a ridge pole. This is the curved pole that will support the room. At the rear of the tent, you get a bag of pegs, and obviously that all comes in the bag here. Now the contents are the same for the canvas and the light version of the tent, and setup is exactly the same as well. The main difference being that the canvas is a heavier, slightly more cumbersome fabric to deal with, so you might need an extra set of hands. First thing I need to do is grab the inner portion of the tent here, spread it out, peg the corners in place. Now, as well as the strap that goes around the base of the tent when it's packed up that I've already taken off, there's extra loops in here that go over the top of each of these knuckles, and it just holds all the legs in place. It makes pack up much easier. On top of that, there's this strap here that's actually attached to the tent, and that wraps right around these poles when it's packed up too, just to keep it all together, makes rolling it up much easier. So we lay all these out, pull all the corners in place, and put the pegs in. Now when you peg the 4 corners out, don't pull it too tight, just give these a little bit of play. It allows the frame to sort of adjust and sit in place. So I've got the 4 pegs for the main portion of the tent in place now. What I'm going to do is go around to each of these legs and invert this knuckle here until this button on top clicks into place. So these legs are straight, then I can step inside, push the hub up, and the frame will pop into place. Now that's the main portion of the tent set up. Now we do need to set up the rear of the tent back here. Now this is the extra sleeping area, extra room at the back of the tent. So there's this fabric here that's clipped up to these buckles up here. We've got to undo these 2 buckles. That just clips to the main portion of the tent here. And we've got more pegs that we need to put in around the base here, and that's going to pull that extra room out to the rear of the tent. There's one more pole we need to put in place, and it's in pieces here. So we need to assemble this pole. These corners go on the ends of this curved section. So make sure you put it together like this with these corner bits on the ends. And then these uprights have an elastic in the middle. The first thing we need to do is get the curved bit through the sleeve at the top of the room here. Now the base of this pole at the rear doesn't actually sit in anything, it just sits butt up against the corner of the tent here. So that's the inner portion of the tent set up. Next step is to grab the fly and pull it over the top. So once you've got your fly oriented roughly, we know that this is the front here because it's got the zippers and the Velcro on it. That's what's going to form our awning. So each of these corners clips in at the base, but before we do this, just fold it up and find these Velcro tabs up underneath here. They just secure around the frame here, below the knuckle. There's 2 of those on each leg. So if we follow this down a little bit further, we'll find a second one here, which also goes below the knuckle right here. And then at the very base of this, there's just a side release buckle that clips into the base here. We do that for each leg, and then we put all these pegs in around the base, and that's our fly good to go. And just looking at the pegs that come with your Black Wolf Turbo tent, they're nice sturdy pegs, so no need to upgrade these, and you get plenty in with your kit. You might need to grab some sand pegs though if you are using it on the beach. Now next step is that I need to set up the awning, so I've got to grab the poles. Now, there's a total of 5 poles that come with your kit. There's 3 upright poles, the ones with the spigots on the top. These 2 with the single black ferrule on here are the shorter poles for each side And then this one here that's got the double black ferrule is a longer pole, so that forms the middle peak of our awning. And these two actually clip together. This has got a little push button and a locator on here, so we can clip this together to create a longer pole. This is then extendable, and it has a hook on the end. Now this hook here gets located in the hub at the top of the tent to form a ridge that comes out this way. Now there's a little hole that's situated just over the top of the hub in the top of the tent here, and that's where this hook gets located. So if you just sort of push it in and twist it around, you can feel it gets located in the hole there, and then it falls down into place. We now need to grab our tallest awning pole. We locate it through the hole and then pull the eyelet that's along the ridge of the awning here, and that's the center pole setup. We put the corner poles in. So we've got all the poles in place for the awning, and I'm just starting to put the guy ropes in now. So there's 3 guy ropes that feature in their own little pockets at the top here for the awning. This is my longest pole in the middle here. I'll extend this center ridge pole out shortly to pull all this fabric tight. I'll put one last peg in here and we're as good as set up. Last things we should do, which I won't do today because I'm about to pack it up for you, but there's guy ropes. There's 2 of these on each corner. Within these pockets, little zippered pockets, is a guy rope in each one. You put all them in place and your tent's nice and sturdy. The other thing we could do is to do with these windows. These can be set up in 1 of 3 ways. Firstly, zip closed like this, a zip down each side and a Velcro tab on the bottom to keep it secure. You can zip it right open if you like for ventilation, roll it right up. There's tabs up the top here, a tab and a loop, so you can roll it up like this and keep it up out of the way. Alternatively, there's gussets in each side, which allow you to zip this inner section closed. It creates this little gusset here. There's brass eyelets in the corners, use the extra guy ropes that came with your kit. Peg this out like this as a ventilated window or a gusseted window. It allows the breeze through while it keeps the weather out. But that's all set up. I'll show you how to pack it away now. First thing is to take the awning down. So that's the awning collapsed down now. I'm just going to go around, take the pegs out, unclip from the clip at the bottom of the tent there. And don't forget to undo your Velcro tabs in underneath here as well and get the fly off. I just close the windows before I pack it up. It makes rolling it up much easier if these windows are flat. Next thing I need to do is take the pole from the rear room here. And once you've unclipped the 3 pegs at the rear of the tent, don't forget about these little clips here that line up with the clips at the top of the tent here. So if we clip them up there, it means when we roll the tent up, we haven't got this big bit of fabric flapping around that's really hard to roll. So once again, just unroll this door, either zip it up or leave it unrolled. It's just going to make it easier to fold up. We then need to step inside the tent, grab that handle in the roof, and we're going to collapse this top portion of the tent down. Now we've got the center collapsed down, we just need to collapse each of these legs. So there's a button on each corner that we push, and that allows this leg to invert. We do that on each corner. So pegs are out now, all 4 corners are collapsed down and our frame's ready to be folded up. So we do this step by step. Firstly, grab the corners of the pegs and bring them up to the center knuckle here. And this loop that we use, or that's in between where we put the peg and the actual frame, it does 2 things. Firstly, it's a tab to hold the peg. Secondly, it loops over these knuckles here to keep this frame together as we pack it up. So we do that on each corner. So from here we can gather all 4 corners up, and then we use this attached strap here to wrap around the outside of the poles and keep it all together. Now I've just got to roll it up to go back in the bag. Now if we spend a little bit of time here to get this fabric flat, it's going to go back in the bag so much easier. What we want to try and achieve is kind of a diamond shape here. So we'll pull this bottom out here and we try and get these corners or these triangles to sit nice and flat out the sides like this. If you spend a little bit of time flattening all this fabric out now, it's going to roll up so much easier. So I've got that rolled as tight as I can. I'll grab the strap now, put it around the outside, try and keep it really tight and neat. All ready to put it back in the bag now. It feels easiest to put the poles and pegs in first, then the main portion of the tent, and the fly can tuck in on top. That is how you set up and pack away the 240 Plus tents from Black Wolf. Now the canvas and the light version follow exactly the same procedure, but you'll find the canvas requires a bit more wrestling to roll it up and get it back in the bag. But what you do get out of a canvas tent is more durability and more weather protection. The light version, however, easier to handle and far more affordable. You can grab these online at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day. Got any questions about pack up or setup? Let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel, we'll send you all the latest information, or head here for some more useful Black Wolf videos.